Good morning, everyone, dear Bosconians, dear Salesian educators, members of the Salesian family. This morning, I'd like to talk about part of the lesson that I have given, or part of the module that I've given to my students, the Bosconians who are taking DB100, the preventive system of St. John Bosco, his life, okay, Don Bosco and the preventive system. And in the last module that I gave, I talked about the elements of Don Bosco's system of education. And they're very well known. If you're a Salesian educator or a Bosconian, you must have heard about these, that there are three elements: reason, religion, and loving kindness. And one of the focuses of Don Bosco's system of education, as I said, is religion. And in that picture that you see there, we see Don Bosco blessing the boys. This picture, by the way, was taken about 1867. But I'd like to talk to you about this volume of the biographical memoirs of St. John Bosco, volume 9, and it spans 1868 to 1870. Now, I would like to focus on 1870 because this was about 150 years ago. And it's in chapter 73 about Christian education. But I'd like to quote some parts here. I was reminded a while ago because I have interviewed new teachers, 3 of them, and one who is applying for the post of science teacher in senior high school was a volunteer catechist. And it's very good that we have another Salesian educator who is active, or who was actively teaching in the parish. So I was reminded of that, and when I read this, through catechetical instruction in his schools and churches, Don Bosco sought to counteract as far as possible the evils he had foreseen. As a result, piety, a benefit in all ways, flourished at the oratory. It was not enforced, but was constantly nourished by communal prayer, daily mass, frequent confessions and communion, and finally good nights, for which Don Bosco was singularly gifted. And Bishop Thomas Reggio of Ventimiglia said many years later, and I quote, "I've listened to him at the oratory, and I was amazed to see the crowd of boys who seemed to be hanging on his every word, pleasant and profound at one and the same time. He had a way of instilling wisdom, which he defined as the ability to control one's will. He truly possessed this gift, which he considered essential in training young people. Artless and modest, he proved himself an expert pedagogue and the master of popular polemics." End of quote. And then he concluded, "Don Bosco is a saint." And I continue reading from this volume. Don Bosco saw to it that brief passages carefully culled from good books were read aloud frequently during the day. After Mass, as food for meditation, at dinner and supper for some 10 to 15 minutes, at the end of the study period for 5 or 6 minutes, and again in the dormitory for 5 or 10 minutes while everyone was getting ready for bed. And the quote is this, Latin quote, "Gutta cavat lapidem." A drop hollows a rock. Wholesome thoughts dripping 3, 4, and 5 times a day over a period of 4, 5, and 6 years into a boy's soul could not help but leave an imprint and influence him to lead a virtuous life. With religious instruction, Don Bosco was able to win a youngster's heart. With a kindly smile, he taught each boy to show respect, love, and humility toward all. You see, these are simple things. How he educated the young person. And we see here in what was quoted from from the Bishop of Ventimiglia, Bishop Thomas Reggio, that he was really, Don Bosco was a pedagogue, an expert pedagogue, an expert teacher. And here you would know the value of that. Gutta cavat lapidem, these small drops. Isn't it? We are also influenced by that. When we watch TV, these ads, they're not long, they're short, but the frequency of listening to them somehow influences the person. What more for religious education? What more when we instill in our young people these small drops of wisdom, and in the end, they would change because of that. And here, you hear Salesian educators speaking about the sacraments. And maybe after some time, you would develop that love for the sacraments. We can learn a lot from Don Bosco. And this is just one of the many attestations in his biography, in the biographical memoirs. And there could be more, which I'll be talking about throughout these months, or I don't know, if years, throughout these years that would come. But just to tell you, Don Bosco had a lot to teach us. And so with this, I wish you all the best. Our Salesian educators are doing their utmost, what is in their heart and what is in their minds, in order to bring our young people towards wisdom, towards the Lord Himself. In this Good Morning Talk, I wish to pray for the eternal repose of our Salesian educator in Tarlac, Lerma Arador. We spend this moment to pray for her repose, and then also consolation to the bereaved family. Eternal rest grant unto her, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon her. May she rest in peace. Amen. Ma'am Lerma was a lay mission partner in Don Bosco Tarlac, my alma mater. And so, dear friends, I wish you all the best today. God bless you.